corner of the app, scroll down to live radio. We are right there. Portable, not tied to your car. Get to work, pop in your AirPods, your earbuds, whatever, take us right into work. Key, you said the Joker is the guy who could most change the narrative about him in these playoffs.
Well, yeah, because if you're winning championships, people think of you differently. You winning MVPs but not winning championships, people think of you differently.
I think that's a great point. If he adds a championship to what he just did with the back-to-back MVPs, he starts shooting up not just the contemporary all-time list, back-to-back MVPs plus a chip.
Think about prior to Giannis winning the championship. It was questions about what he
Wall
really
up
was.
against Giannis, and he can't get it done.
Yeah,
and
he can't get it done. And then he has a hyperextension on the knee. And then there's the storyline. And all of a sudden, oh, my God, he comes back. He gives him 50. Oh, he's going to win. Oh, he wins it. Oh, it's over. And now all of a sudden, Giannis is at a different level.
50 piece in the deciding game. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So,
how about this guy? Hold on. How about this guy? Ja Morant. Think of how it's going for Ja for a second. I know, well, the narrative's not that he can't play. It's that he's getting into trouble. But this, especially in the United States of America, boy, we reward winning differently. It erases the sins, right? It amplifies anything good about you.
United States of America.
What's that? Yeah, come on, man. So Key, if Ja Morant were to win Finals MVP this season, that whole thing about, oh, now he can't be the face of the league. Oh, yeah? Could you imagine what that's going to look like if he wins? Above the rim, looking like Michael Jordan?
It would help his case to become one of the guys that the league looks for in two. It would certainly help his case.
Trouble would be old news. That would be old news.
It might be. It might be, but you know how it is, man. That stain is there till they get rid of it.
Melty in Philly loves him some cheesesteaks. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, what's up, Melty?
Hey, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning.
Man, you get cheesesteaks from Subway. I keep telling y'all that.
No, stop it, Key. Stop it.
Hey, look, my whole name is Melty Cheesy. Melty Cheesy.
See? Look, how'd I see that one coming? Go ahead, Melty.
All right, I think Embiid will be the MVP. He can change the narrative for everything because he worked hard and played harder. He's been doing that for the last 10, 15 games. Where Jokic been?
Yeah, what I would say, though, if he gets the MVP, it ratchets things up for him. If he doesn't get the MVP, it's like, man, I feel bad for him. He needs to win a championship. But if he gets the MVP, which he is going to get, now all of a sudden that thing is like, well, you're the MVP now. You got that. You were begging and pleading your case over the last couple of years to get it. You finally got it. Now what you getting ready to do? Now it pushes that narrative up a little bit for him, in my opinion, Max.
I agree. King in Penn. You're on KJM ESPN Radio.
What I would say, though, if he gets the MVP,
Hello?
Yeah.
it ratchets things up.
Hey, I think personally, honestly, it's Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics that can change the narrative.
I think, by the way, you got to turn down the radio. Listen on your phone. I agree. Even though the narrative is not exactly, the ink is not even all the way down, let alone drying on the Tatum narrative because he's very young. But you're right. Insofar as there is one right now, Key, it's that he was great, and then in the finals he wasn't good.
He just needs to play. He needs to play exceptional in the playoffs. That's all, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Because he's so young, and he'll still have some opportunities. He just has to play well. I've seen this movie before where a guy makes it, and then all of a sudden he doesn't play well. And LeBron James.
He's 24, 25, no big deal.
LeBron James against the Dallas Mavericks. He didn't play well, and everybody's like, LeBron, he's hyped, this, that, and the other. Even though he had taken Cleveland as a 12-year-old to the championship, they lost. But then he goes with the Miami Heat to the championship. They lose to Dallas. Now there's question marks and scratching the head. And it's like, well, hold on, man. He's a youth right now.
Yeah.
Let him grow, and I think that's where you at with Tatum.
I agree. When a guy is that young, you get extra points for getting to the finals, not diminished for not balling out once you get there. Now, eyebrows are raised like, oh, wait a minute, what happened to you in the finals, right?
That's why I say he just needs to play
raised
exceptional in the playoffs. Just play.
Absolutely.
If you lose, but play lights out.
Now, Yates, who is it you want to talk about?
So what about Don Mitchell? How y'all feel about that?
Donovan Mitchell, I think, is also a young player who, unlike Tatum, is short and not on a team that is expected to make a deep run.
Yeah,
I don't know that he has a bad reputation. I mean, like, it was him and Jamal Murray, right, who were going. Wasn't that Don? Yeah, Donovan Mitchell went bananas.
Yeah, they were 45 and 50 or whatever those numbers were.
Crazy.
The one guy in all of this, it took me a minute to kind of get to it and get a feel for it, is Westbrook.
Key?
Westbrook could change a lot because he's an important piece. He's not just a guy on the team. Since he's gone to the Clippers, he's really – I don't know what the hell the Lakers were doing with him, right? I mean, it was different. But since he's been with the Clippers, you like, okay, well, this dude looked like he done figured out a fountain of youth.
Well, the difference is the Lakers have a point forward in LeBron who needs the ball. The Clippers were trying to make Kawhi into a point forward, which he can do, but it's not really him. They needed a spark at the, a ball handling spark plug, right? And they got it now. And the
with
issue
major confidence,
no question. The issue with Westbrook to me is this: absolutely, you could argue he is the guy who can change the narrative more than anyone else, because he goes from he just wasn't a winning player, he was a maniac, right? Like he played timeout. Dude won a championship. And as I keep saying, as the years go by and memory fades of what the contemporary audience thought of him as a maniac and all this, people will look at the stats and go, he averaged a triple-double for 3 consecutive seasons.
He was a ball hawk.
And he won a championship. But see, the championship erases all the other, because people will just remember that's a champion when he was still good for a team that could never win a championship, right?
Yeah, and the first thing they say is, he's a ball hawk. But now, this is how the world works, man, in the narratives and everything changes. The what-if game, you know how I like to do that. What if he wins the championship and also wins the Finals MVP?
That there would be no greater script
You think he was dressing
that.
Weird 5 years ago? What if he wins the championship?
He's gonna come on with a space helmet or something.
Oh man! Yeah. And he's the type of guy that I root for.
Gonna look like he belongs in the Mandalorian if he wins a championship.
Yeah, I want him to win a championship. Like that's my dude. I want him to win a championship.
For sure. He doesn't deserve what's going to happen if he never does. But if he does, it's going to change everything. NFL teams asking the Cardinals about the number 3 pick in the draft. By the way, this is a no-brainer for Arizona, right? Right, with their rules. Even if it's inconvenient for them, they're going to suspend the guy because he did the wrong thing, even if it's not a convenient time to suspend him. On the other hand, Key, if it was me, I have to admit it, you hit him in the chest. It wasn't a full-force shot. You got a one-game play-in.
Remember what I said yesterday, though, Max? I said they were probably going to suspend him, not the league, but the team, because you can't do that. I understand they could scream and yell at each other all day long, right? They scream, they yell at each other, no problem at all. Yeah. But then when you look at the punch, that's physical. I don't care if he hit him in the leg. I don't care if he missed.
It was almost like a mush punch. It wasn't even barely a punch.
I understand, but it's the world is watching, so to speak. Kids are watching. The screaming and the bickering and hollering, that's all the time on the sidelines. That's all the time on the bench. I mean, that's what you do. You back and forth with your teammates, back and forth with your coaches. But the moment that you raise your hands and you put your hands on somebody, it's gonna cause a certain situation, a certain uproar amongst the sports community. So, look, at the end, they did the right thing. I think it suspended him for sure.
Well, you and the Timberwolves are better men than me. Because I got to be honest, even if it's the right, I think it's a borderline call. But if it's the right thing to do, and I got a one-game play-in, and now think about this: without Jaden McDaniels, that's their best defender. Him and Gobert, that's the 2 best defenders on the team. You're already down 1. You're playing the Lakers. You got 1 game to win or lose, and you got the guts to suspend your own guy. As I said, I guess I should tip my cap. But listen, this is what Gobert tweeted.
You gotta have those guts. You gotta have those guts, though, Max, because little Billy's watching.
Right, little Billy. Forgot about little Billy. Emotions got the best of